Welcome to the DealerAddendums.com introduction and tutorial video. We're going to cover a lot of things here, but down below you can see there's a table of contents toolbar where you can jump to any section you're interested in. The first thing we're going to do is a 30-second addendum. All right, so let's get started. First thing, open up your computer, log into the DealerAddendums.com website, then choose the vehicle you want to print, click Addendum. Let's add some options. We'll add 3 here. Then click the Create Addendum button. Make sure it looks all right. Hit the Print button, which will generate a PDF. It'll open up the preview window. Make sure that you've got Fit to Page selected. Then hit Print. Now walk over to your printer and voila. An addendum for your vehicle in about 35 seconds. When your account is first set up, you're going to have some automatic defaults already built into your account, like these 2 vehicles, and then we'll also have some addendum options preloaded. Before we worry too much about those things, let's get our account administration in order. So let's go up here and click on your name and dealership name to this drop-down, and let's go to Dealer Profile. And let's just make sure that all this information in here is correct. If you're more than one brand, you'll want to add your other brands. Then hit Save Changes. Then the next thing you're going to want to make sure that we get configured correctly is your addendum template. So we'll click on your name and dealership name again, go down to where it says New Addendum Settings, and this is where you're going to pick your default addendum template. The default EPA is what comes standard, but we also have many other brands and different options. Typically, dealers use either the EPA template or dealer branded with a barcode. So let's look at what dealer branded looks like. Let's click on that. It's going to give us some options in here. So the addendum color is the border color. The font size, we'll leave it medium. Text color is going to be black. Let's change this to blue. And then let's upload a logo for this dealership. The logo size that you want to use is 650 pixels wide by 200 pixels tall. And if you don't have a logo of that size, just give us a call and we can put one together for you. So let's just randomly choose one of these logos in here that we've done already. So we'll do Acura of Fremont and then hit Save Changes. Now when we go to print one of these addendums, let's take a look and see what it looks like. So we'll click the Addendum button, click Create Addendum. So there's what the dealer branded addendum looks like, with the blue background color and everything else being pretty much standard. You can try different addendum templates to get it exactly the way you want it, but if nothing quite fits, we also have another option, and that's our template builder. So if we go over to the name and dealership name again, go down to template builder, then we're going to name this template demo, and click begin. We're going to choose a standard size. We'll choose this medium format, but you can choose a large or top or small, but most dealers use this medium one. So we'll click next. And then we're going to choose a black border. We could choose blue if we wanted to, but we'll choose black for this. And then we're going to choose a background color of white. And you can upload your own background image if you've got one. Next. And then we're going to upload a logo. And then you can change your address or any of the information that you want to show up in here. Click Next. And now you're going to get to choose what comes up in this bottom box. If you want the EPA, you want Auto Butler, Scotch Guard. This is for Canada, Permaplate. You can upload your own image. Also, if you click Upload an Image, you can do a QR code and fill in the text that's going to show up around the QR code. That's what it looks like. Or you can do a VIN barcode. Looks like that. Let's go back over to stock images. Let's just choose Auto Butler. Click Enable. Click Next. Then here's where you get to choose what information shows up on the addendum. You can choose to display or not display. You can change the name of it. You can make it bold or not bold. And you'll see when I make the changes over here, it shows up on the right. Then when you've got it exactly the way you want it, just click Save. It'll say thank you, say OK, exit the template builder, and now when you go to print an addendum, it'll be using that new addendum template. So if we could click on Addendum, Create, and we've got the new addendum with the auto butler at the bottom. Info sheet templates are very similar. If we just click on the dealership name, go down to Info Sheet Settings. Kelly Blue Book is kind of the standard one. Let's just put in info sheets. Typically come with a QR code, so you can put in your website here, or if you have a way to get directly to the vehicle on your website, you can do your dealership name and then stock number equals, and then put in this variable, and it can go to your existing vehicle on your website. For now, we'll just use Google. Hit Save Changes. Okay, go back over to Vehicle Overview, and let's look at the info sheet. All right, so there's our info sheet for this vehicle. And again, we've got multiple options for the info sheets, as you can see from the drop down. Buyer's guides are somewhat similar, so we'll just click on your name and dealership name again, go to Buyer's Guide Settings, and this is where you're going to set up your defaults. So if primarily what you use is an as-is buyer's guide, you're going to set that as the default, yes. If you have a service contract, yes. Manufacturer's warranty, no. Used car vehicle warranty, yes. And then hit Save Changes. Now when I go and create the buyer's guide, it'll start out on that as-is with those things that we just chose, but if this particular vehicle is implied or it has a warranty, you can fill out that information. You can also print them in Spanish. Basically, go back over to as-is, click Print English. And there's our buyer's guide. Printing the back side of the buyer's guide is easy too. Just click back up on the name dealership, go to buyer's guide again, click back page. Then this is the information that's going to show up on the back page of the buyer's guide. You're going to want to put in your email address in here, and then complaints, talk to Alan. You have to click Print English. So this is what the back side of the buyer's guide looks like. All that information that we just filled out shows up down here. What I typically recommend is print a bunch of the backs, and then when you get ready to do a vehicle, just all you have to print is the front side. Next thing we want to set up are our addendum options. And like I said before, your account's going to come with some addendum options preloaded, but you'll probably want to change them. So if we click on addendum options, you'll see we've got two options in here. The names are performance package and window tint. Here's the description. And the next column is whether they're going to go on new cars or used cars or both. So these are both going on both. And these are going to be applied automatically to all models on all body styles. These two packages will get automatically applied to every vehicle. If this was none and none, which we'll change that to right now. So let's change that, edit. Let's change this to none. And none. Now that option will not get applied to any cars automatically, but will still be available in the drop-down when we're ready to print a vehicle. So to give an example, let's go back over to Vehicle Overview, and let's look at the addendum for this vehicle. You'll see it's got the one option added that was an all in all, and the one that was none and none is up here in the drop-down list. So if we wanted to add that, we could just hit the Add Option button and it would put it on there. So basically, you'll want to create a list of all the addendum options that you typically use, and then decide if they're going to be automatically applied to every vehicle, or if they're going to not be applied and they're going to be added separately, individually for each vehicle. To create a new addendum option, just click on Addendum Options, click on the plus sign, and then just fill out your information. Add Separator is just a way to make that option stand out. So if this is at the bottom of the list and you want a little space at the top, put it there. If it's an option that's going to be put at the top and you want some space below before the rest of your options, add the separator below. You can also reorder the options just by clicking the reorder button and then dragging this one top to bottom. Click Save Changes, and now when you print the addendum label, the window tint will be on first and the performance package will be on second. Option groups work very similar to options, except that what you do is you add options into the groups. So let's create a new group, and let's call this the group. And if you don't put a price in here, it's going to add up the price of all the options you put in the group. But to override that, we're just going to say, we'll say $80 for this. And we'll go over here to select options. You'll see we've got the two options that we had from the page before. We'll check that one. We'll check that one. Now it's added those into this group. We're going to say none and none, and we'll hit Save Changes. So now we've got a package called the group with these two options in it, not getting applied to any vehicles, and at a price of $80. So now when I go over to Vehicle Overview and I click on Addendum again, now I've got these two things that I had on there before, but now I've got this group called the group. And if I add that option, it added it called the group, and it added these two packages, and it put the price at $80, obviously overriding the $299 and the $499. And then the last account configuration issue to talk about is probably users. So click on the Users tab, and you'll see we've got one user in here. This is the default user that was used when creating the account. If you need to add a new user, just hit the green plus sign, put in their name, username, password, and email. And if you click Save and Notify, then it's going to send an email to this address notifying this new user of his username and password. And you'll need to decide what type of user this is going to be, whether it's going to be a dealer admin, which is full access, dealer user, which can print addendums and do most everything, but can't really change any of the administration part of the dealership, so it can't change the address and the email contact and things like that. And then user restricted is very seldom used, but that's for somebody who's only printing. Can't add options, can't change prices, can't really do much of anything other than just print addendums. It's very restricted, so only use this if you really need to. Now obviously these two test stock vehicles are not part of your dealership inventory, so let's get rid of those. We'll hit this button up here that selects them both, and then where it says bulk action, let's go down and let's delete. And then, so now we've removed those two vehicles, so you're starting from scratch. Now we have three different plans. The manual plan, which is what I'm going to demonstrate now, you'll be putting vehicles in either with a VIN decoder or with an Excel spreadsheet. And then the two automatic plans, your vehicles will automatically show up here, so you can kind of bypass this section. To add a single vehicle, just click on Add New Vehicle, enter the stock number, enter the MSRP. You don't need to put any punctuation in there, and then put in a VIN number. Then hit Decode VIN. And the only thing you'll need to choose is whether this is a new or used car. Typically it'll be new. Sometimes the VIN number doesn't actually tell us the exterior color or the interior color, so if it doesn't, then there'll be a drop down here for you to choose what color the vehicle is and what color the interior is. Everything else looks fine. Hit Save Vehicle. All right, so now we've got this one vehicle in here. You can also import vehicles in bulk by using the Excel spreadsheet option. So click on, instead of Add New Vehicle, click on Import Vehicles. Then you're going to copy some information from an Excel spreadsheet and paste it here. So I've got an Excel spreadsheet open, and we'll just pick, I don't know, these first 26 cars. We'll copy it. Doesn't really matter what the order is because we're going to straighten that out here in a second. We'll paste that in here, and then we'll hit Import. Now it's going to ask us, okay, what is each column? So the first one is the dealership name. We don't care about that. The next one is VIN number. The next one is stock number. Next one is year. And you'll notice that, this is new and used, you'll notice that some of these have got asterisks by them. All the ones that have asterisks need to be selected in order to use the service. So you need the VIN, the stock, the year, the make, the model, the MSRP, and whether it's new and used. So this one is new used. Next one is the make. Next one is model. Then we just need to find MSRP. You can add these other things, but they're not absolutely necessary. So there's the MSRP. We're going to add this to my existing. We're not going to delete and replace. If you do this a lot, you might want to delete and replace so that you don't get a really huge amount of vehicles in your inventory that you've already printed. We'll click import. Takes a couple seconds. Now we've got all the vehicles. And like I said, lastly, there is the automatic plan, and that's where we will tie into either your DMS or your website provider and automatically import all your new vehicles every evening. Now, what if I'm looking for a specific vehicle to print and it's not up here at the top? I can type in over here in the stock number search. I can type in actually more than just the stock number. Let's type in CRV. Now it's going to show me all the CRVs. If I wanted to see a VIN number, I could type in like the last four of the VIN. So 34230, 34230. And there's the one VIN number that matches the 34230 at the end. Additionally, you can type in multiple stock numbers separated by just a comma. So no spaces, just stock numbers. When you start typing more than one stock number, it's going to stop searching automatically, and it's going to give you this little search button. So once you've got all the stock numbers in, hit the search button, and it'll return the vehicles you're looking for. Now that we have all of our vehicles in the system, we've got all of our addendum options and option groups set up, it's time to actually print some addendums. So all you have to do to print a single addendum is pick which car you're looking for and click on the addendum button on the far right. It'll automatically add whatever options you've got created, and you can go up here and you can add some more if you'd like. And then if you need to add a single option for like a dealer trade, it's not something you use a lot, you can click this Add New Option button. And it'll add that one-time option. And then when you've got it all ready to go, just hit Create Addendum and click Print. One of the nice things about having addendum options set up so that they're automatically applied is that now you can create more than one addendum at a time. So if I wanted to create an addendum for all of this page, or say I wanted to create an addendum for all of our CRVs, I could type in CR-V. I could select all these vehicles by clicking this checkbox. And then up here where it says Bulk Action, I'm going to go to Print Addendum. And this is the same thing you'll do if you want to print bulk buyer's guides, or bulk information sheets. So we're going to print a bulk addendum. So print addendum, click apply, and now it's going to give us a PDF over here that's got 3 addendums on it, all ready to go to the printer. So hit print. And there's the first one, the second one, the third one, and then just send them to the printer. And once your addendums are printed, you'll notice that they turn green. The addendum button turns green. So that way you'll know easily which vehicle has been printed and which ones haven't. All of our accounts start out as a free trial account, which means it's a manual account where you're going to have to manually put in your vehicles either by using the VIN decoder or the Excel spreadsheet. When you're ready to upgrade to a paid version, either because you've run out of your 50 free prints or because you're ready to move on and get an automatic feed, all you have to do is go up to where it says your dealership name, click on that, go to Dealer Profile, and then right here at the top, choose whether you're going to do a manual load, an automatic web, or an automatic DMS. The only difference between the automatic web and the automatic DMS is that automatic web, we get your vehicle information from your website provider, VIN Solutions, Dealer.com, HomeNet, somebody like that. Automatic DMS is where we go directly to Reynolds, CDK, or AutoSoft and get the feed straight from them. And we have to charge more because they charge us for that data. So once you click that, you're going to get an invoice in the mail, which is due in 30 days, and you're ready to go. Additionally, if you ever decide after you've upgraded to a manual or automatic plan that you're not using the service anymore and you want to terminate the service, all you have to do is go to the same place and click on free, and that will stop the automatic invoicing and revert your account back to a free account. When you signed up for your account, we sent you 50 free labels, but that won't last too long. When you're ready to order more addendum labels, all you have to do is click on your dealership name again and go down to where it says Order Labels. The top 3 addendum labels, those are our standard width 4¼ inch wide by 11 inch tall labels. The next 3 are 8½ by 11 labels, which are typically used for info sheets and buyer's guides. And then a few dealerships use these narrow labels if they have vehicles where their passenger windows are really small and they need a smaller label to fit in the window next to the Moroni label. But 99% of you will be using these top 3. If you need support at any time, you can always call us at 801-415-9435 or email us at support@dealeraddendums.com, or for the fastest support, click down here on this little icon and it'll open up a communication window. You can talk to me or to Derek and just type in your question. I need help printing. Click send. And either Derek or I will get back to you as quickly as possible.